morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning. I just got back from the JTV Marriott. I was out celebrating with candidates all night.
Well, the governor was celebrating at the casino.
Oh.
Yeah. In fact, the governor, reelected to her second term last night, declared victory this morning at 8 o'clock. The state totals were not in by the time the governor went to bed, but about 1:20, the gubernatorial race was decided this morning. The governor, at her victory address at the Motor City Casino, congratulated the winners and highlighted her accomplishments and said that there was much more to do. So it was Governor Gretchen Whitmer, Attorney General Dana Nessel, and Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson, all victorious. But I think the big news in the state of Michigan is Proposal 3 passing.
Narrowly.
In Jackson County, though, it lost. All three proposals passing in Jackson County, Proposal 1 and 2 passing, Proposal 3 not passing.
That's
just
true.
in Jackson County.
That's right. The jail millage did not pass, and it was not close, Bart. It was not even close. So it was interesting. I'm not sure what to make of it all. I think there's a lot of people that, first of all, there was so much on the ballot, right? It's crazy. So there were a lot of people that probably just filled in yeses or nos, and I think a lot of that happened. Nothing real shocking, I guess, to me. I think I was surprised that the Leone road millage didn't pass.
Yeah,
I was surprised at that. You know, it's always interesting.
Millages and bonds in Jackson County, the Village of Grass Lake millage increase, Columbia operating millage, also no. The Concord Road millage did pass.
Did you notice that during these elections and on TV, we celebrate these candidates that won the election, like they're athletes, right? That played a good game. Well, none of these winners have played the game yet, right? Like we celebrate them, and then complain about them for the next 2 to 4 years. So, all these people that celebrate all these candidates, you need to hold those candidates responsible when they do things you do not like. You know, I just hate the over celebration, and it's like, but you know what? You know, a lot of the candidates, I think, they run just for that win, right? And I don't know that they necessarily care about what happens after that. We'll see. I don't know.
Huge voter turnout. We don't know statewide, but the estimate is 4 million people voting statewide. Half of those in absentee ballots. In Jackson County, we had 52% voter turnout. 65,000 people were in line for a long time last night at Michigan State University. Students were still in line at 11 p.m. to vote.
Yeah, pretty good turnout. In 2020, we had about 65,000 people turn out. So what did you say, about 55,000?
Yes.
Yeah.
For the first time in 40 years, Democrats will control both the Michigan House and the Michigan Senate. And this, I think, a surprise. One of the surprises today, there was a possibility, and because of some upsets, for the first time since former President Reagan's administration, Democrats will control the Michigan Senate. And for the first time since 2010, Democrats, by outperforming Republicans in the House races, will have control of the Michigan House. Here in Jackson County, we're part of 4 House districts, and the winners were Sarah Leitner, Kathy Schmaltz, Carrie Runigans. In the Senate, the 14th district, Sue Schink, 52%, and in the 17th Senate district, which covers about the 25% of Jackson County, the very far west of Jackson County, Jonathan Lindsay, the winner. So all Republicans except for Carrie Runigans in the 47th winning. But statewide, the Democrats won most of the races in the House and the Senate.
If we could just get the gas prices down a little bit, really, After this whole election, I think that people have to wake up, and you're still hurting at the pump. That's the main issue, right? Gas prices. Like, let's be real. That is the main issue that people are dealing with in America right now, because it's affecting their wallet every single week. So we got to do something about the gas prices. Did they vote to lower gas prices in the election last night? Because I would have voted for that.
Well, everyone that
We
campaigned,
should put that on a
they all
millage.
campaigned, they all said lower gas prices.
We should put lower gas prices on a millage for lower gas prices.
Well, you know, we might see some villages come back.
Yeah, for sure.
I am expecting that we will have the 911 millage, which failed by a margin. What was the margin? 33,000 to 27,000.
And this one's interesting. We'll have Napoleon Township Supervisor Dan Gallagher on, talk a little bit more about that ballot item. Super interesting, really, super interesting.
Jail millage losing by 35,000 to 25,000 vote.
Do you think that's something as simple as, you know what? I don't think they should have a nice jail. You know, jail should be bad. Do you think that's what voters were thinking? What do you think the main thing because there were so many people that voted no, right? Over 35,000 people chose to vote no. What do you think their main thinking was?
This will cost me more money.
This will cost me more money. Yeah, that is always the thing, huh?
As expected, Tim Walberg won the 5th congressional district race, and a lot of interest in the Alyssa Slotkin-Tom Barrett race. Guess who won?
Alyssa Slotkin.
Alyssa Slotkin.
School board. Let's talk a little school board. Not a ton of school board, but Jackson High School board. Derek Dobies led the way. He had a ton of votes. A ton of votes, almost 8,000. And Marilyn Acton Dowell was also elected. She had the second most votes. So those are always a surprise. You never know who's going to win on the school board. Off the top of my head, Dane Griswold and Brad Waite reelected to Northwest, and a couple other school board seats. I know Michigan Center added 4, Western 2, and again, all those results available on the county website or our website.
Sheets in Watterson and Western,
Yep.
in addition to Brad Waits in Northwest, Dan Griswold, both incumbents.
Yep.
County Commission, there were only 2 contested races. Incumbent Steve Shotwell won the 5th district, and newcomer John Willis wins the 7th district.
And that was over Jeremy Alexander. So John Willis, new county commissioner. More politics? Or
In Jackson County, straight party voters,
how many?
3-2 Republican.
Okay.
There were more than half the county voters voted straight party, and by a 3-2 margin Republican.
Interesting.
So
Interesting. That's not atypical for Jackson. That's normal.
that's very normal.
Very, very normal.
Really no surprises.
Yeah, no surprises.
Um,
Have you been on Facebook? Were you on Facebook over the election?
no.
There weren't that many ads, and I think Facebook kind of lost out on their cash cow windfall that they had in 2020 with all those election ads, and they're laying off 11,000 people. Facebook, Meta is laying off 11.
Meta. Is it Meta or
It's
Meta?
Meta. They are laying off 11,000 people. Absolutely amazing. But I do wonder, how, ad sales does affect that. If you remember, during the 2020 campaign, if you were on any social media, it was just flooded with political ads. Didn't see as much of that this time around.
Well, maybe you weren't on it as much.
No, I was.
Oh.
Yeah, I was. Nope, I was on Facebook a lot, quite a bit.
So there are complete election results available on our website. There's a link to the official Jackson County Election Day results. And keep in mind, looking at State House and Senate candidates, the results are just Jackson County, but there are other county votes that are in the mix for those candidates. There is other news. Oh, we have another winner last night. Two winners yesterday. The Powerball has finally been decided.
California, yeah?
Yep, $2.04 billion, the winning jackpot. Someone bought at a party store outside of Los Angeles the one winning ticket. Here in Michigan, though, one ticket sold is worth $1 million. Someone matched the 5 white balls, and it was sold at Hickson's Family Market near Big Rapids.
Big Rapids? You don't say.
Yeah.
That's where Brandon Dowley went to school, and I'm getting word that he's not in the building today.
Another lucky person yesterday was the fan chosen from the crowd at Madison Square Garden, the New York Rangers game. Between periods, they let a fan come down and they turned all the lights out, and he had to make pretty much a blind shot from one end of the ice, or from center ice.
Oh, dear God, he made it.
It's like a little mouse
What?
hole. Yeah.
Holy cow.
He won a new car.
He's way better than those kids they roll out with no athletic ability to win that Dr. Pepper scholarship.
Now, remember when that guy won the $75,000?
It's too bad it was a Hyundai.
Was it a Hyundai?
Yeah.
Did they show it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it's cool, free car, but, you know.
We get news this morning that Brittany Griner, the NBA star that's been detained, well, more than detained, she's been sentenced to jail, 9 years in jail. She's been moved to a Russian penal colony.
She's on her way to a penal colony, and her attorneys can't tell you where that is.
It's in Siberia.
Yeah, where
Unfortunately,
though?
It's known, those penal colonies, it's just like it sounds. It's a horrible place,
This is unacceptable.
known for hard labor.
Wow. That's just amazing. Again, if that was me, Tim Wahlberg would get me out. I guarantee it. I'll never stop saying that. Say that for the next 9 years until she's released from prison. If you think about that, that is just absolutely crazy. Crazy. Some scores, some good news for a couple, or one of our local teams. Let's get to our Extreme Dodge scoreboard, brought to you by Extreme Dodge. Volleyball action. Hanover Horton, they came from behind in the first 2 matches and went on to win in the regional semifinal 3-1 over Grass Lake. The game was played at Springport. HH will be back there for the regional final against Pewamo Westphalia, and that will be 6 o'clock at Springport High School. The Pewamo Westphalians defeated Dansville, so Hanover and Dansville will play for a regional trophy. Good luck to the Comets, or excuse me, Pewamo and Hanover. Yes, we'll play for a regional.
Do you know that if we took the money spent on the Alyssa Slotkin Tom Barrett race and the Proposal 3, the abortion rights...
If Tom Barrett and Alyssa Slotkin were sitting right there, would you be able to identify them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I would not.
They're on TV all the time.
Yeah, I know, but I glance and then look away. You know.
Nearly $100 million spent by proponents and opponents of Proposal 3 and the Slotkin Barrett race. $100 million spent on advertising. We could build 2 jails.
That's crazy. We did not get any of that here, so we cannot build a jail for everybody. But a lot of people got a lot of money for that election. It's absolutely amazing. Whitmer and Dixon spent a combined like $36 million in the last 50 days. It's just absolutely crazy. It's amazing. Again, we're celebrating. You celebrate the election win and then deal with it for the next 2 or 4 years. But you know, I don't know.
All these people that gave all these millions to these people.
Yeah, what are you getting in return now?
Oh, they're gonna get. Well, this is how it works.
This is how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some stuff written in there. So if you donated a couple million to the Whitmer campaign and she won, you should be looking for that handout at some point, right? That's how it works. That's why I'll never run for office, because of things I say.
No, I would never do it.
I wouldn't either.
Well, congratulations to all the winners, and
I agree.
Congratulations to the losers, because they, everybody put.
It's a hard job. It's a thing. Whether you win or lose, you're dealing with public criticism from sunup until sundown. It is very difficult to do your job when you're constantly being ridiculed. But again, that's what you sign up for.
I've talked to 2 candidates. One won, one lost. who both said before the election they regretted running.
Really? Who's
Yes.
that? No, you don't want to tell
They
me.
regretted running, and they didn't want to do it in the first place. One of them was recruited, and yeah, they won. So.
Okay. Well, before we give that information away or say anything we shouldn't, we should probably take a quick commercial break. Dan Gallagher, Napoleon Township Supervisor, will join us on the other side of this break.